Okay then guys, so in the first video or previous video we looked at how we are going to prime the body, get the calories up to a highest set point possible, so that dieting becomes much easier. You're dieting from a higher point. Okay, now one of the biggest mistakes is say if we've got our calories up to say 5,000 calories per day, is then to enter straight into a cutting phase, and people are too eager to jump into a cutting phase and too eager to cut their calories down too quick, and because you've not solidified that point, that 5,000 calories, it's going to drop off really quick. Okay, you're not going to get the benefit of taking yourself up to that set point. And the other thing is, if you drop too quickly, so I wouldn't recommend taking your calories down more than 10% in any one adjustment. And your body will adapt to anything. So if you take it down 50% within a matter of weeks, your body will adapt, and you have nowhere to go. So the whole priming phase will be a waste of time. So after the priming phase, we come into what we call the metabolic adaptation phase. So let's just say we've increased your calories up to 5,000. Okay. What I would want to do with my clients is to solidify those gains. Okay, so I would take you through a 6 to 8 week process of keeping you at 5,000 calories, or slowly increasing them by really small increments, 2-3% increments, maybe get you up to 5,500 calories over that 6 week period. That way that I know that your body has adapted to that intake metabolically, hormonally. It's gone under those adaptations needed to stay at that intake, and to stay at a relatively good body fat level. Now, what we would be doing during that phase would be focusing on your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So I don't want to increase the output of your workouts. I don't want to increase the output of your cardiovascular exercise. I need to keep some of that back ready for when we enter the dieting phase. So you probably should be training 5 times a week, and you should be probably doing 5,000 to 7,000 steps per day. So I might just give you a target of, let's increase your steps to 10,000, 12,000 steps a day, plus your normal steady state cardio that I've given you might be 3 or 4, 25 minutes per week. Okay, so that all needs to stay relatively the same. I'm just giving you a slight increase on your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Also, we need to make sure that you're staying insulin sensitive, so we can restructure your macros, particularly your carbohydrates, around your training. What I like to call an advanced nutrient timing protocols, really squash those around the training if we can. And also we can introduce some supplements, RALA and chromium picolinate, that's going to help increase insulin sensitivity as well. Okay, so really trying to get the body used to maximizing all the nutrients without storing body fat. Okay, a little bit of it's going to happen, but we want to maximize what we can without storing any excess body fat. On the other side of the thing is the psychological adaptation that you're going to need to go through. Okay, a lot of people really struggle when it comes to consuming high amounts of food, and that is normally down to the habits, their organisation. So as well as solidifying the intake, we need to make sure we nail down our food timings. I find that if we nail that right down, then it becomes much easier to consume the food. Okay, during the priming phase, I do give guys a little bit of a leeway. I do say, like, say if we've set it at 12 o'clock, eat half an hour either side of 12 o'clock. But once we come into the adaptation phase, I want to really nail that down. If it says 12 o'clock, we eat at 12 o'clock, especially if you're the sort of person that struggles to consume the food. Eating at these set times or getting up a little bit earlier, staying up a little bit later to get that food in is really, really important, because when it comes to the dieting phases, that is going to be key. That's going to be crucial to make sure that we're hitting those set times that we've put in place. Okay, so just to recap, priming phase, get yourself up to a highest set point as possible, 5,000-6,000 calories, whatever that may be. Do not be eager to drop straight into a cutting phase. You need to solidify those gains that you've made. 6 to 8 weeks I take my guys through, and still slightly increase what you the intake, so get that set point a little bit higher if possible. Okay, maximize insulin sensitivity by restructuring your macros, adding some supplements that are going to improve insulin sensitivity during this phase. Do not go overboard with the output, just increase your non-exercise thermogenesis activity, okay? And then you'll be fully prepped and ready to enter the dieting phases, okay? And you're not going to drop a ton of weight at the beginning of the diet, which is what I see a lot of people do. They enter the diet phase, they can drop 10 pounds within the first week because they've not solidified those gains, okay? So that's the metabolic adaptation phase. Phase 2 that you will need to go through